We hope you're enjoying all the great competition you're seeing here today. At the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're grateful for the incredible support that makes this event possible. None more vital or valued than the proud title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau. With me here today is Brent Johnson, president of the Iowa Farm Bureau, to explain why their organization invests in and supports the Girls Union.
Thanks, Aaron. The Iowa Farm Bureau has been the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for more than 2 decades now. The athletes competing here today represent the very best of our nation's student athletes, driven, dedicated, and committed to teamwork. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we share those same values. Our farmers lead the nation not only in the production of corn, hogs, eggs, and ethanol, but also in the implementation of a number of innovative soil and water conservation practices which hold soil in place and reduce runoff. These shared values unite Iowa's student athletes and farm families, and our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the perfect opportunity to celebrate that commitment to excellence statewide.
Thank you, Brent. We appreciate the Iowa Farm Bureau's ongoing support and the role you play in helping Iowa's girls shine.
Good morning and welcome to Iowa Central Field at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Farm Bureau. I'm Thomas Campbell, joined alongside Henry Gonzalez. In just a moment, we'll have the elimination matchup between the 5-seeded PCM Mustangs and the 8-seeded West Liberty Comets right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Henry, it's win or go home time officially. Yesterday, both these teams knew that they would be playing today regardless. Now that's not the case. The loser of this game is eliminated from the state tournament.
Yeah, and it's a different feel for both teams coming into this matchup. Both had tough losses in their own right in different ways. PCM, of course, had a 2-0 lead going in to the bottom of the 6th, so they were 6 outs away from shutting the door and then ultimately allowing 6 runs in 1 inning and just let the game slip away. It's a tough loss to bounce back from. And on the other side, West Liberty, they punched Williamsburg in the mouth. It seemed like it was going to be a close game, and it just unraveled quickly, and they eventually lost 15-1 in the 4th inning. So it's a tough loss in a different way. You get mercy ruled at a postseason matchup, and it's a tough environment to come back from. So both these teams, we'll see which team is mentally stronger.
Absolutely, and a tough pill to swallow for both, and you mentioned that. And West Liberty almost has a taller task today, especially at the plate, with the starting pitcher for PCM being Libby Winters. She came into the state tournament having given up no earned runs on the season. Did give up a few yesterday, but still had a pretty solid outing before she was taken out in the 6th. And so, West Liberty, they really do have an uphill battle to try to keep their chances alive.
Yeah, she, I think, is responsible for 2 of the runs in that 6th inning that we mentioned earlier against Mount Vernon. But up until that point, she navigated her way out of some sticky situations and sat down 9 batters via the K.
Well, it is now time for the introduction, so we will send it over to the PA announcer to meet the teams.
Now let's meet the starting lineup for the West Liberty Comets. Leading off and at second base, number 3, Bryn Cassidy. Batting second and in center field, number 8, Sullivan Hall. Batting third, the shortstop, number 1, Kylie Collins. Batting fourth and pitching, number 9, Kylie Dahlfeld. Batting fifth in right field, number 4, Mallory Wolf. Batting sixth and at third base, number 6, Sully Bucknell. Batting seventh and in left field, number 5, Charlie Howard. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 2, Molly Garcia. Batting ninth and in catching, number 28, Jaylene Kivey. The flex player at first base, number 7, Michaela Escobedo. Head coach for the Comets is Trish Hall. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the home team, the PCM Mustangs. Number 2, Jayden Fridley. Number 3, Jody Jungling. Number 4, Madeline Van Zee. Number 6, Courtney Cole. Number 8, Cadence Kane. Number 12, Peyton Lathrop. Number 14, Callie Bagby. Number 17, Lexi Bagg. Number 19, Lily Birkenholtz.
You're watching the 2026 Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau as sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to champion our youth and all they have to offer Iowa's future. Just about to get underway in this elimination game. Starting on the mound will be Libby Winters for PCM. Starting on the mound for West Liberty will be Kylie Dawfelt. Henry, we saw both of these players pitch yesterday, and so going into today, the question is a little bit, how long can they go? And I think that probably favors PCM just a little bit more depth. Camden Webb made a lot more appearances than Mallory Wolf, who would be the pitcher to come in for Dawfelt should she need a change. So West Liberty, if you're in this game, you're probably thinking you want to get your defense off the field early, quick outs.
Absolutely. You can't let Libby Winters get in any rhythm so far, because we saw she was able to fire off a single, or Mount Vernon was able to fire off a single against Libby Winters, but then she settled in and was smooth sailing from there.
The full defensive starters for PCM: Humple starting in left, Wood in center, Nave in right. The infield: Hudnut on third, Lindsay at short, Malang at second, Knapp at first, Winters at first, and DeVore behind the plate. The batting order for West Liberty be Bryn Cassidy leading off, Sullivan Hall will follow, Kylie Collins in the 3 spot, Kylie Dawfelt the cleanup hitter, Mallory Wolf in the 5 hole, Sully Bucknell 6, Charlie Howard 7, Molly Garcia 8, Jaylene Kivy 9. So slight changes to the lineup from yesterday for West Liberty, hoping to get a few more base runners. They started yesterday well. They scored in the first inning, took the lead, just could not hold it.
Yeah, and they went off to a great start at first. They had a double and then a walk, and then Kylie Dawfelt able to bring the run home, Cassidy home with a double. So they'll be looking to recreate that good start that they had going into this game.
Cassidy watches both of the first 2 pitches. 1 ball, 1 strike, so count even at 1. And it's a different weather day than it was yesterday. It's still very windy, but now that wind is blowing back into the infield. So the long ball, not so much going to be in play.
Yeah, that just likely won't happen at all during today's game. I mean, the wind is so much stronger than it was yesterday, and the wind's probably a little bit related to the huge storms.
Cassidy plays that back up the center, and a base hit to lead off.
That's the kind of start West Liberty needs, and the one that they had last game against Williamsburg, and they really need to continue the momentum into the next innings if they want to pull off this upset.
Sullivan Hall, the Kirkwood signee, at the plate now, batting an astonishing .552 on the season. Shows bunt there. Cassidy to second in safely.
See, look at the aggressiveness there. They're stealing bases just in the first inning, and Sullivan Hall 0 for 2 today, but she's due for a big hit.
Absolutely, and I think if you're West Liberty, you really do have nothing to lose as the 8th seed. You can really leave it out there. 1.
Right now, because the infield's playing so in and to the corners, that Cassidy can take a huge lead at second between pitches.
That one fouled off on the bunt attempt from Hall. And how often she's shown bunt, I do see why the infield is playing up. I wouldn't mind seeing a slap hit here from Hall, because those are those hits that can kind of just drift right to the edge of the outfield, potentially even bring in a run with Cassidy on second. The 1-2. High evens up the count, 2 apiece. Here's the 2-2 from Winters. High once more, so we go to a full count on just the second batter of the day. Winters struggled with control a little bit towards the end of her outing yesterday. Before that was dealing and just mowing batters down. Payoff pitch high, and Hall will take a walk to first. First two batters equal 2 base runners for the Comets.
West Liberty picking up where they left off in that first inning. Keep hammering on it. They need to capitalize in this moment. It's perfect opportunity. Nobody out, 2 runners on.
Bring up Kylie Collins, the shortstop. Watches first pitch in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Collins was 1 for 1 yesterday with a walk, so hasn't been had a out recorded against her so far.
That one watched for strike 2, and a base hit and a walk, uncharacteristic for Winters to start the game. In fact, she only gave up 10 walks all season coming into the state tournament.
Yeah, and she got in a jam in the 4th inning against Mount Vernon, and with the bases loaded and 2 out, she was able to strike out the final batter, but she needs to pull some sort of magic with nobody out.
1-2, that one's lifted out into right. Nave under it for the first out. Good contact, but you did just see that one kind of die in the wind.
Yeah, that's going to play a huge factor. The flag to our left is fully pointed at us straight up, and so it's going to take a lot of small ball action and a lot of quality hits, bloopers into the outfield.
Pitcher Kylie Daufelt at the plate now. First pitch strike.
Yeah, Daufelt went 1 for 2 yesterday, but she doubled, and she was responsible for the only run of West Liberty's game.
The 0-1. Daufelt watches that one in for strike 2. So an early 0-2 hole for Daufelt. Winters has grabbed 0-2 leads now in 2 batters straight after walking one. Pitch from... There's that one high and away for ball 1. A little bit of a chase pitch, not something that will necessarily hurt you, especially if you trust DeVore behind the plate.
Yeah, just trying to get her extended out of the zone.
The 1-2 high as well. Count even at 2 apiece. So Daufelt has worked this back into a position that's more advantageous for the batter, where the pitcher is going to be forced to throw it in the zone. Winters steps back into the circle. Here's the 2-2. One catches the outside of the zone. The punch out for Libby Winters. Daufelt sits down looking. Now there's 2 outs in the first inning.
Yeah, what a response from Winters. Able to get 2 outs after surrendering 2 base runners to start out the game.
Bring up Mallory Wolf, second baseman. That one inside.
And she
does catch the zone.
Ducked out of the way of that one, but still managed to get a strike call.
So the 0-1. Outside ball goes past. Cassidy advances to third. Hall to second.
It's already 14 stolen bases for Cassidy on the season.
So now a massive scoring opportunity for the Comets. Wolf, big swing and a miss for strike 2.
Ooh, someone trying to gain the lead and go up 3-0 with 1 swing.
I think if you're Wolf here, you just try to put the ball in play. That one fouled back off the netting. Count remains at 1-2.
Yeah, that was just a get me over swing, just trying to stay alive in the count. Really reached way out the zone to get contact and get a better pitch.
1-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Winters. That one high, count even, 2 apiece.
Winters, saw that she went out of the zone last pitch, tried to get the same thing going a little bit more inside than maybe she had hoped. Right here, I wouldn't be surprised if she went low.
2-2 from Winters. That one's line to short. Catch made by Lindsay. So PCM, they give up 2 base runners, but then get 3 straight outs as we head to the bottom of the first. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by the Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a...
I feel like that was a
golden opportunity.
Whoa.
Welcome back to the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by the Mid-American Energy Company. Bottom 1, West Liberty and PCM tied at nothing in this Class 3 elimination game. Kylie Daufelt starting in the circle for West Liberty. It'll be Ryan DeVore to lead off for PCM, followed by Kira Nave and then Libby Winters.
Yeah, last morning she went 2 in the 2/3 innings and gave up 8 runs. It was just kind of unlucky outing for her, and really I thought she pitched well throughout that game. Just really unfortunate bounces here and there, defensive mistakes. Be looking for West Liberty's defense to bounce back.
Absolutely.
Right now, Bucknell way in.
Second pitch to DeVore. And their first strike evens up the count, 1 apiece. The 1-1, that one blooped out into shallow left field. That's a fair ball, and Nave headed around, DeVore headed around to second. So a double to open up the game for PCM as we watch that back. Just a nice slap hit blooper. Just falls in play. Howard unable to make the grab.
And DeVore needed that hit. Kind of unlucky going 0 for 2 last night and then reaching on an error. So she gets PCM going with a double.
Courtney Cole in to run for DeVore.
Right fielder, number 0, Kyra Nave.
Kyra Nave at the plate now, the right fielder. Daufelt standing in. Here's the first offering to Nave. Watch that for strike 1.
And Nave's 0 for 2 or 0 for 1 outing. Not saying she struck out, but she got a walk and then a crucial sacrifice that led to a 2-run homer.
Nave shows bunt, lays that one down perfectly. Thrown out at first, but that will advance the runner.
And right on cue, she had a crucial sacrifice last game. There she is advancing the runner to third, does her job, and now with only 1 out, they have 2 chances to bring Cole home.
Center fielder, number 18.
Number 18, Libby Winters at the plate. Winters obviously a big game at the mound, but not too bad with the bat yesterday. Had a 2-run shot that did give them the lead over Mount Vernon at the time. First pitch low for ball 1. Doffelt steps back in with a runner on third. Winters really can go anywhere with this. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, driven out into center. Back at the wall. 1 run comes in to score. Libby Winters with the RBI double gives PCM the lead.
Yeah, unfortunate miscue by Hall. Went forward and then the ball just too late went over her head, and now Libby Winters already 3 RBIs this tournament. Incredible performance.
Bring up Hadley Malang.
This is player number 1, and Hadley Malang.
Here's the pitch from Doffelt. Finds the zone for strike 1. Only 1 out and a runner on second needs to respond. Here's the 0-1. And Malang watches that for strike 2.
I still trust Malang to extend this at-bat. I mean, she, in her at-bats in the 4th and 6th last game, extended it to full counts, and those went, past 10 pitches.
The 0-2 gets away from her for ball 1.
So I wouldn't be surprised if this at-bat goes to a full count.
Malang, a lot of plate discipline, especially when she does go down an account. You just mentioned that from yesterday. Here's the 1-2. Malang fouls that one over toward the dugout.
And head coach Sean Hudnut has said that she's been a run producer for us and has come up with clutch hits all season. So
1-2 count, 1 out. Collins makes the play over to first to Escobedo for 2 outs. Now a runner on third. That'll bring up Lily Knapp, first baseman.
First baseman, number 7, Lily Knapp.
Would be important here for West Liberty if they can get out of this inning only surrendering 1.
it keeps you in the game.
First pitch to Knapp, very outside. Kiwi does well to block. Now the 1-0. Big swing and a miss there. Count evened at 1 apiece. Knapp standing in. Here's the 1-1. Gives that a ride out and into center. Hall's under it though. So PCM scores 1 on 2 hits. They lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the second. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament on the Girls Digital Union, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Hey, Frank. Oh, it looks like you spilled some grease.
Grills are multiplying and you need flavor that's bold.
There's nothing left for you to do
But to go to Fairway, your dream for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, you better stake up. Fairway and meat go hand in hand.
This dream is meant for you and me.
Poultry, pork, and beef, your home for Midwest meat.
Fairway, it's the one you need.
Welcome back to the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Top of 2 here between West Liberty and PCM. The Mustangs lead the Comets 1-0 after 2 hits in the bottom of the first. We do have a lineup change that we were told at break. Camden Webb actually pitching for PCM rather than Libby Winters. Winters out in center. And that changes the complexion of not only this game, but PCM's tournament just a little bit more.
Yeah, Webb is the main workhorse for PCM, and she still boasts a 1.64 ERA throughout this season. And last outing didn't go the way she wanted, surrendering 4 earned runs. But today's a new day. It's the second inning, not really a high-pressure situation that she was accustomed to in last game, and right away, starting off great.
Bucknell grounds out to first. And you have to think that this is a strategy decision from Sean Hudnut, because should PCM win this game, they would have to play again later today. Probably do want Libby Winters for that one.
And it's very possible that, they trust Webb more in this situation, or maybe not even a factor of trust, but on this particular day, Webb is feeling a lot better than Winters, and this is the arm that they've trust, more experienced in throughout the season, and she's fully capable in her own right as an all-conference player herself to carry this team throughout the tournament.
1-1 count to Charlie Howard, the left fielder for the Comets. Howard flies that out over to second base. Lang can't make the catch.
Just weird miscommunication between Knapp and it. Just not sure really what happened on that play. Neither.
Do wonder if the wind affected that a little bit, blew it around.
Yeah, Wood and Knapp just kind of waited on each other, but I think the wind also played a factor in. Not really sure who that's going to, because again, the wind just blowing straight towards I believe this is the north end of the field.
Yeah, it's coming out of the north, blowing south. And Howard will take off for second. Stolen base there. Really, that wind, it's kind of a cross and in wind, almost blowing directly at first base. So that's definitely going to be a thing to continue to watch throughout the day. Garcia, the designated hitter, with 2 home runs on the season, averaging .244 at the plate. Lays down a bunt, and that goes foul. Just trying to advance Howard into a scoring position with only 1 out. Webb steps back into the circle. The 1-2. High evens up the count at 2 apiece. That blooper that put Howard on was scored as a hit, so now 2 hits each for both teams. Fouled back by Garcia. Count will remain at 2-2. Good swing to stay alive. She steps back into the box. The 2-2 from Webb. Catches the zone and gets the punch out. Garcia goes down looking. Now 2 outs here in the top of the second. The Jalen Keevy, the catcher at the plate, didn't see a ton of from her in batting yesterday. She was the flex. First pitch low and inside for ball 1. Webb back in the circle. Rocks and deals. That one fouled away.
That was a thundering clad.
I believe right into pole.
And shook this whole press box and seats.
1-1 the count to Kiwi, the bottom of the Comets order. The 1-1 from Webb. Catches his own. The upper corner for strike two. So now a 1-2 count with 2 outs and a runner on second. Comets have got base runners in both innings so far. Stranded them in the first. Seeing if they can avoid a similar fate here. The pitch from Webb. Outside, count even at 2 apiece. So we've got deuces on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the second inning. Both teams with 2 hits. Comets looking to drive in the tying run. Here's the pitch from Webb. Swung and fouled. She just continues to battle at the plate.
Yeah, Kiwi, just a 200 hitter on the season, but she does have some discipline at the plate. She's garnered 7 walks on the season, and right now just battling, trying to at least maybe turn over the lineup.
The 2-2 once again. That one over towards short. It's Lindsay. Lindsay makes the throw to Knapp. Mustangs get out of the inning. They surrender a hit, but strand the runner at second. We head to the bottom of the second. PCM leads 1-0. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Farm Bureau, the Girls Digital Athletic Union, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Welcome back to the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company. PCM leads West Liberty 1-0 here in this Class 3A elimination game. We're at the bottom of the second. It will be Camden Webb, the pitcher, leading off for the Mustangs. They hold that lead off the Libby Winters RBI double back in the first. So it'll be Webb, Lindsay, and Humble due up.
This is interesting. So the lefty Webb, only 6 at-bats on the season, has started 27 games, and has 4 hits to go with it. So
B. Doffelt still in the circle for the Comets. That one very outside. Good block by Kiwi.
And additionally, Webb has 4 walks, so in the limited sample size, she pretty productive hitter and enough to be entrusted to be in this lineup for the first time.
The 1-0 catches the outside corner of the zone, evens up the count 1 apiece. I think the big thing for West Liberty is it was a rough second inning yesterday. If you can hold on in this second inning, I think you're feeling pretty good. That one out towards right center field, back at the wall. One hops it. There's a leadoff double for Camden Webb.
And first double on the season for Camden Webb, and what a great time to lead off the inning. And PCM back-to-back leadoff doubles to start off each inning, and at this pace they'll score 7.
DeVore came around to score after the leadoff double in the first. See if Webb can do the same thing. Tori Lindsay, the shortstop, at the plate now.
You know, I kind of joked about how they're on pace to score 1 run every inning. Well, they do, actually. Averaging 7.1 runs per game. That's just an incredible feat because they are in a competitive 3A class, and it's hard to do in a tough conference like they do in the heart of Iowa, and they were second in the heart of Iowa conference.
Second with a record of 12-4 in conference play. Lindsay lays down a bunt, thrown out at first. It's Bucknell over to make the play. It's now 1 out and a runner on third. As Peyton Latham, the courtesy runner for Webb, moves to third.
Left fielder number 10, Lillian Humble.
Bring up Lillian Humble, the left fielder. Following her will be Addison Hudnut. First pitch to Humble, catches the zone for strike 1.
Humple's still searching for that first hit of this tournament. And she's flown out to left field twice and struck out, but now with the runner at third, a fly out to left field might score.
Big swing from Humble there. Falls behind in the count, 0-2. This would be a big moment for Daffelt to get a strikeout and get to 2 outs with a runner in scoring position. Daffelt stands back in, rocks, and here's the pitch. That one flied out to left. Howard under it, makes the grab, and Latham will stay put at third.
It's just really unfortunate. I kind of said, a hit to the left field might do it, but you could see in real time how much the ball died from the wind, and it was caught maybe, 12 feet from third base, so just absolutely no way
just
to
a little
advance the
too
runner.
shallow. And, you mentioned it, that wind, a lot to do with that. Third baseman Addison Hudnut now standing in. Ball is low. So now 2 outs, a runner on third. 1-0 count. Hudnut watches that high and inside for ball 2. Now a 2-0 count. From Daffelt. I want inside, so Daffelt falls behind 3-0 with 2 outs. Following this will be Ryan DeVore and the top of the Mustang order. The 3-0. 4 straight balls. Hudnut will take her free walk to first. Now the top of the PCM order with Ryan DeVore, who doubled in her plate appearance earlier in the game.
And she had a double against Williamsburg and a double here, and it would be a great time for another one.
Catcher number 9, Ryan.
Trying to extend that lead to 2-0 and possibly 3-0 with the runner at first.
So DeVore, the lefty, at the plate. Any base hit will at least drive in 1. 2 outs, runners on the corners. First pitch to DeVore. Blown away for ball 1. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hudnut try to move to second, given that there is a runner standing on third. Time called. One's fouled off for strike 1, so the count even. 1 apiece.
Hudnut's 9 for 10 on stolen bases, so good success in that department. And
So a 1-1 count. Pitch from Doffelt. Low and away again. That seemed to be her miss. Low and away, Kivy doing a good job behind the plate to keep those mistakes from being compounded into runs. Here's the 2-1. That one high, Kivy up to get it. Now DeVore ahead in the count, 3-1. She's got a strike to work with, so.
Yeah, but right here I'd be looking for a fastball to drive into center field, wide open right here.
The 3-1, that one's away, and gets away from Kivy. Run will come in to score. Camden Webb. Sorry, Latham scores on the walk. Hudnut to second, DeVore to first. So now runners on first and second. Trisha Hall will come out to talk to Doffelt, just a little calm her down. We got 2 outs, just get out of the inning.
Yeah, back-to-back walks. After it looked like she was going to get out of this inning after giving up the double to lead off the second. Got a ground out and then a fly out, but back-to-back walks and that wild pitch now getting the run in, so 2-0 now. You really would like to just get this last out before you have Libby Winters, who's looming on deck.
Courtesy runner. First base is number 6, Courtney Cole.
Courtney Cole into run for the catcher DeVore. Kyra Nave steps to the plate. She laid down a sac bunt in the first that advanced the eventual runner to third to score. First pitch from Doffelt outside for ball 1.
And she's excellent at bunting and producing the sacrifice, but not quite the moment for that with 2 outs. She's looking to put one in the green.
Second pitch high for ball 2. Doffelt losing a bit of her control here in the second. Not really the time you want to be losing it, but that could be a after effect of having pitched yesterday. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, runners on first and second. 2-0 finds the zone for strike 1, a much needed strike for Kylie Doffelt.
At this point, really just pound the zone and trust your defense to make a play.
2-1 count. Big swing and a miss there from Nave. Count moves to 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
I'd go back to the well with another fastball here.
The 2-2 from Doffelt. That one lifted out into center. Hall tracks and under it. And the Comets get out of the inning. They surrender 1 on a wild pitch. We head to the top of the third. PCM leads 2-0. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Athletic Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Be sure to pick up your limited
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Welcome back to the Girls State Softball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau here on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by the Mid-American Energy Company. PCM leads West Liberty 2-0. We go to the top of the third in this Class 3A elimination game. Leading off for the Comets will be Bryn Cassidy here at the top of the order for West Liberty. Webb's first offering to her. High and inside for ball one. Comets have stranded 3 base runners today, 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Both seemed like good opportunities to get on the board.
Yeah, and Cassidy singled and she stole 2 bases, but it won't happen this time. But you're right. I mean, the first inning has been consistently they get something going, and the second they had is single. So it's really just putting hit after hit together, even if it's just, producing a walk. You just need consistent at-bats.
Sullivan Hall at the plate. Cassidy lined out to right. Hall watches that first one for ball one. Webb steps back into the circle after grabbing the rosin bag. Rocks back. Here's the 1-0. Finds the zone for strike one. That one right over the plate. Count even at 1 apiece. The 1-1. Hall gives that a right into shallow right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there. Hall gets jammed inside, and she didn't get quite all of it, and it just kind of tailspun right in no man's land in right field. So, I mean, those are the kind of hits you need in this kind of game where it's 2-0, and you'll take any score you can get.
Bring up Kylie Collins, the shortstop. Flew out to right in her first at-bat. Watches pitch one for ball one from Webb. Javor quickly up with it to hold Hall at first. The 1-0. Hall headed to second. She's in safely. So another runner in scoring position for the Comets.
Sullivan Hall, 29 of 30 stolen bases. Well, not even accounting the 2 that she had, so up to 32 stolen bases. Been a huge workhorse in that department. Now gets herself in scoring position.
Here's the 1-1 to Collins. Big swing and a miss there. A healthy cut at it. Hall will advance to third. Catches the Mustang sleeping. It's now a golden opportunity for West Liberty.
She's got 4 stolen bases already, and we're in the 3rd inning. And hopefully she's all right. She's kind of wincing a bit, sliding into third. That arm giving her trouble, but she gives her dugout the thumbs up.
Looks like she might have caught her arm under herself sliding into third. 1-2 count to Collins. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss from Collins for the second out. Another punch out for Camden Webb. So now with 2 outs, there's a runner on third, and that'll bring up Kylie Daufelt. Daufelt struck out looking back in the first. Would love to get her team on the board here. First pitch from Webb. Right down the boulevard for strike one. That wind just picking up. You can hear it in our Nat sound mic. You can hear it from the crowd. Now 0-2 to Daufelt. I think you got to be aggressive here facing an 0-2. You struck out looking earlier With a runner on third, you got to try to bring her home. Webb steps in, rocks. Here's the 0-2. That one high. Chase pitch from Webb. So it'll move to a 1-2 count to Doffelt with 2 outs and a runner on third. 1-2, swing and a miss. Webb gets 2 swinging punch outs to end the top of the third. PCM still leads 2-0 over West Liberty. You're watching Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Thanks again to the Iowa Farm Bureau for presenting the 2026 Girls State Softball Tournament. As sole title sponsor of Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Farm Bureau recognizes athletic and academic achievement on the mat and in the classroom, helping to nurture Iowa's future leaders. Well, we're back here in the bottom of the third between West Liberty and PCM. The Mustangs out to a 2-0 lead thanks to some good hitting at the plate, but even better pitching from Camden Webb has been able to get out of 3 positions where the Comets have runners on second and third base, yet the Mustangs hold them scoreless.
And now Doffelt has to go through the heart of the order. Winters, Ling, and Knapp due up.
Winters in center today. She steps in, first pitch from Doffelt in the zone for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 from Doffelt. Swung on by Winters, hammered foul out in the left. Well out of play. Someone's going to get a free lollipop.
Absolutely. See the man who originally picked it up trying to... There's 3 girls trying to get to it first, and then ultimately one of them, only one can get one lollipop.
So 0-2 to Winters. Doffelt rocks. Doesn't catch the zone there. Hair outside. Kivy was set up almost behind the right-handed batter's box. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Doffelt the pitch. Just a little low and away. Count even to 2 apiece. Winters stepping back into the box. Doffelt rocks and fires. That one played right back up the center. Collins makes the snag, but can't make the throw. There's a base hit for Libby Winters to open the 3rd inning.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough play on Collins from the start. Nice pick, but she would have had to go against the momentum of her body and make that throw, and good on her to just eat it and not force the throw to Escobedo.
Yeah, ultimately, the worst case scenario there, you force the throw, goes by, Winters to second.
And she's in scoring position.
Hadley Malang, the plate now, Winters headed to second.
And in the end, it doesn't really matter.
Will slide in safely with a stolen base. 1-0 the count. Doffelt stands back in with a runner in scoring position now. Malang shows bunt. Bucknell over to make the throw to Escobedo. But that will advance Winters to third. PCM going with a lot of small ball today. We've seen that a lot, the bunt to advance the runner to third.
Yeah, 2 sacrifices today, and it paid off in the first. Let's see if Knapp can make it pay off in the third.
Knapp lined out to center, back in the first to end the inning. First pitch, that one lined over to short. Collins can't make the snag. That's an RBI single for Lily Knapp. Winters comes in across the plate. PCM out to a 3-0 lead. So they're on that 1 run per inning pace that you mentioned earlier. Would be right around their season average.
Yeah, and that's just incredible to think about for a ball club, and only holding teams to a run per inning or per game. So they're well positioned to walk away with a victory at this current pace.
Camden Webb, the pitcher, watches that one high for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That one catches the zone on the outside half, evens up the count at 1. So 1-1 count, 1 out, runner on first for the pitcher Webb. Webb doubled in her only plate appearance so far of the day, back in the second inning. Watches it for ball 2 outside. We go to a 2-1 count. Two one. That one hammered foul over into the netting.
As it is funded by us as taxpayers through essential air service grants.
So Webb will step in with a 2-2 count. Would expect a low pitch here. Try to force her into the double play. Big swing and a miss from Webb. Doffelt gets the punch out. Now 2 outs, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Tori Lindsay. Lindsay also with a sacrifice bunt earlier in the game. No opportunity for that here with 2 outs. First pitch in there for strike 1 to Lindsay. Here's the 0-1. That one on a line out to left. Drifts foul and out of play. So it'll be an 0-2 count with 2 outs. And a runner on first. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 0-2 from Doffelt. On a rope, foul out into left once more. Lindsay just not quite timing up these pitches, a little out in front.
And now a perfect opportunity to get her chasing out the zone.
Here's the 0-2. That one, most certainly a chase pitch. Lindsay doesn't go for it. Way outside.
And see, now with that setup, you can go a little bit, east-west, try and go way inside and see what works.
The 1-2 swung on in, fouled, and that was inside. Lindsay does well to get the bat on that, just a hair early.
Yeah, and that was, again, great placement by Doffelt. She was able to make Lindsay panic, and that was purely a get-me-over swing, trying to stay alive in this at-bat right here. Wouldn't be surprised to go fastball.
1-2, high. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. So Lindsay now back into a position where she didn't necessarily have to worry about those chase pitches anymore. Here's the 2-2. High once more, and Tori Lindsay has worked this back to a full count after falling behind 0-2 after 2 pitches.
I think he had the most success going inside, and I think it's going to induce weak contact nonetheless. I think she goes back inside.
Payoff pitch. High, and Tori Lindsay really earns a walk there, stays alive in the at-bat, works it back from an 0-2 count. Runners on first and second now for the Mustangs. Lillian Humpel at the plate. Humpel flew out to left.
Fielder number 10, Lillian Humpel.
Back in her last at-bat in the second.
No, we just stay in place. Next pitch will come in.
First pitch to Humpel. Inside for ball 1. There was some speed on that from Doffelt. Here's the 1-0. High and inside. Count goes to 2-0. Last thing Doffelt wants to do here is walk her to load the bases for Addison Hudnut.
Last 6 pitches have been way high, and it's got to just... There we go.
That's a good pitch.
It's finally brought the eye level down a bit, the pitch down a bit, and sometimes your mind can drift. You lose a little bit of your mechanics, but nice of Doffelt to just see one.
2-1, high and away. So now a 3-1 count. Can imagine Humpel the chance to really tee off on this one, knowing that it's probably coming in the zone.
Really just don't want to walk the 8 and even 9 hole hitter to turn over the order, so really need this last out here.
3-1's low, and all of a sudden the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Humpel heads to first, Lindsay to second, and Knapp to third. That'll bring up Addison Hudnut, who walked in her first at-bat in the second. Looks like Trisha Hall back out to talk to her pitcher.
And this might be it for Doffelt. 4 walks so far through 3. Just can't issue free passes at this juncture. And it's a 3-0 game, so every base runner matters. And so now looks like we'll have a pitching change for sure.
Pitching changes in today's game are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free at IMTINS.com.
Charlie Howard going to get a go in the circle halfway through the game. We saw it against Williamsburg a bit. She only had 1 appearance going into that appearance and less than 5 innings of work so far, and has given up quite a few earned runs, but at this moment it'll be up to her to save West Liberty's season and keep them going.
So a big moment for Howard. Howard the junior. Doffeld only a sophomore, so chance that she returns here to Fort Dodge in future years, hoping that she gets another chance here in 2026.
And Charlie Howard, she's good on locations, and the changeup can freeze batters when they least expect it. But
now Doffelt to left, Howard in pitching. Addison Hudnut at the plate for the Mustangs. And Howard inherits a tall task, 2 outs, but the bases are loaded. Here's the first pitch. That one given a ride high out into right. Play is made by Wolf. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Howard as she comes in relief. PCM scores 1. They lead 3-0 as we head to the top of the 4th. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Welcome back to the Class 3A elimination game between PCM and West Liberty here in the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by the Mid-American Energy Company. The Mallory Wolf to lead it off. West Liberty in desperate need of some runs. Camden Webb still in the circle.
And they've had base runners throughout 3 innings, so they've kept up with the hits. It's just about getting them home.
They haven't been able to capitalize on the opportunities. Wolf now ahead in the count 2-0 over Webb. She flew out to, or lined out to short in her last at-bat. Pitch high. So now a 3-0 count. Wolf with a chance to get another runner on base. Comets in desperate need. Here's the 3-0. 4 straight balls to open up the 4th. Mallory Wolf will take her free walk to first.
Always so disheartening walking the first batter, and now this is the moment that West Liberty needs. You know, you have a base runner via the free pass, so now it's up to Bucknell and Howard and Garcia to deliver.
Batter is third baseman number 6, Sully Bucknell.
Webb resets herself, grabs the rosin bag, and now back onto the rubber. Bucknell stands in. Grounded out to first. Lays down a bunt that will drift foul. Pop that one up. So an 0-1 count. The worry is when you show these sacrifice bunts is if you pop them up, there's a chance for a double play. And you find yourself behind in the count early. Bucknell stands back in, showing bunt. Lays that one down. So the runner will advance to third, or to second. Hudnuts in to make the throw to Knapp. Really was a good bunt from from Bucknell. But PCM was prepared for it.
That's pitcher number 5, Charlie Howard.
Charlie Howard, the new pitcher, steps in. She singled back in the second. Looking for a base hit, lifts that one out into right. And that one just drifts foul. You could see the slice on that from the wind.
Yeah, it was in fair territory for quite a while and then just tailed into foul territory.
Howard steps back in. Takes one for strike two, now falls behind in the count 0-2. Comets would desperately love another base runner here with only one out.
Just need any contact here.
The 0-2 from Webb. Swung on, popped up. Webb under it, makes the grab. Wolf will have to stay at second.
And by any contact, that was probably the worst contact outcome of just straight up pop up. So now not even a sacrifice fly will do it. So base hit absolutely needed here.
Designated player Molly Garcia steps in. She struck out looking in the second. Gives that one a rip. Fouled off back into the stands. Oh, 1 count, 2 outs, runner on second for Garcia. Watches the changeup in for strike one. Great pitch from Webb. So now an 0-2 count, 2 outs. Webb looking to get the Mustangs out of another runners in scoring position. Outside for ball one.
And she struck out looking the last time, so trying to see if she could get her swinging.
Steps back in, 1-2. 2 Garcia gives that a rip to third. Hudnuts on it, and the throw over to Knapp. PCM once again, 3 quick outs. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Mustangs lead 3-0. You're watching Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Looks like another perfect day to get out there and enjoy the summer.
Before she gets in the car, it's easy to choose.
Iowa State Fair, August 13th through the 23rd.
Welcome back to the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network for this presentation of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Farm Bureau. Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why they are the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union in this amazing Girls State Softball Tournament. They believe that by investing in our youth, we are investing in Iowa's future. Back here for the bottom of the fourth, PCM leads West Liberty 3-0. They've scored 1 run in each inning, looking to keep the trend continuing is Charlie Howard in the circle in relief for Kylie Daufelt. Daufelt gives up 5 hits and 3 earned runs in her outing today. Top of the order as well, Ryan DeVore. She's got a double and a walk in today's game. And there. Count now at 1-1. Quick conversation.
Yeah, it looks like an illegal pitch on Howard.
Now 1-1 to DeVore. Howard back on the rubber. Slap hit. That one out into shallow right. But Wolf in to make the catch. That'll bring up Kyra Nave. Nave, the right fielder. 0 for 2 on the day. Laid down a sac bunt in the first and then flew out to center in the second. So one out already. That one catches the zone from Howard. Here's the 0-1. High from Howard, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Good contingent from PCM and West Liberty here in Fort Dodge. That one high out into center. Hall can't make the grab. Backed up, and I just died in the wind.
It was such a nice effort by Hall. Almost made highlight play of the tournament, but
unable to squeeze it. And again, that's just a ball that gets up high. Looks like it's going longer and dies in the wind, but that'll bring up Libby Winters with a runner on first. She's 2 for 2 with a double and a single today. Already 1 RBI, and then came around to score in the third. Here's the 1-0. Winters watches that one for strike one. A good pitch from Howard. Even up the count at 1 apiece. West Liberty at this point has to limit all damage they can to give their offense a chance. With only 9 outs remaining in their season. High and inside to Winters for ball 2.
Yeah, someone's got to go home today, and you know, all these players involved don't want this journey to end. It's been, you know, some of these, it's going to be their last season playing softball as seniors, so not ready for the journey to end.
Winters lines that one out into center. This time Hall makes the grab. So 2 outs. Hadley Malang at the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Tried to lay down 2 bunts, both of them thrown out at first by the third baseman, Bucknell.
Batters number 1, Hadley Malang.
She steps in with 2 outs, so no sacrifice bunt opportunity here for Malang. 2 outs. Pitch from Howard. Catches his zone for strike 1.
So far, Howard has had a much better outing than the last time against Williamsburg, so a very good sign for West Liberty.
That one fouled off back into the stands. Goes behind. Can't see who got it, but it's like some girls going to chase after it in hope of a free lollipop. Now, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Hadley Malang. That one sent over towards second. Ball is stopped by Cassidy. Throw not in time, so a base hit for Malang to extend the inning.
And Cassidy did everything she could, threw her glove at it, stopped it, and was able to just quick fire with accuracy, but Malang, nice hustle, get to first.
Tough to make that backhand, and then the transfer just took a hair too long. So Lily Knapp, who had an RBI, third back at the plate, watches that one for strike 1. Another RBI opportunity for Knapp. Howard back in the circle. Here's the 0-1. Knapp check swing. Did she go around? She did. Now falls behind in the count 0-2 with 2 outs.
Might be go and change here. A change has worked throughout the inning.
The 0-2. That one's high, gets away from Kivy. Runners advance to second and third. Two outs. Runners on second and third, now very much in scoring position for Knapp. Sorry, 1-2 the count. Howard rocks and deals. Knapp gives that a ride out into shallow center. That's going to bring home both runners. Knapp advances to second, but it'll be an RBI single. PCM now leads 5-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Good hitting from Knapp with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Yeah, that's clutch hitting, really, to be back against the wall, 1-2, 2 outs, and still manage to fire away off the changeup and just saw it all the way.
Pitcher Camden Webb at the plate. She's 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout swinging today. Watches it for ball 1. Now here's the 1-0 from Howard. Low blocked by Kivy behind the plate. Count moves to 2-0 with 2 outs and a runner on second. The Comets have really struggled to get out of these 2-out situations without giving up run. They've already given up 2 here in the fourth. 2-0, hammered over towards second, takes a hop. Knapp coming around. It'll be close. Ball is dropped by Kivy. Camden Webb with a single. Knapp comes around to score, and it is now 6-0 PCM here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, 3 straight singles, and he had a single before that, so 4 out of 5 of the at-bats have been singles, so it's a conga line out there, and the hits just keep coming for PCM. Now have blown this game wide open.
Pinch runner for Camden Webb. It's an IMT substitution reminder. Substitutions today brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free at imtins.com. Tori Lindsay steps up to the plate. She reached base on a walk in her last at bat. That one also with 2 outs. Howard just looking to get him out the inning. Runner's going to advance to second. The throw off target.
So the Mustangs still being aggressive on the base pass, stealing a base, even up 6-0. They really want to just end this game right away.
Runner is Peyton Latham. It's now an 0-1 count with 2 outs, and now a runner on second following the steal from Latham. The 0-1 from Howard. That one skied out into left. Daffeld under it, makes the grab. West Liberty eventually gets out of the inning, but they give up 3 runs, and they now trail 6-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by the Mid-American Energy Company.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
Oh.
Welcome back to the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau here on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network powered by the Mid-American Energy Company. Top 5 PCM leads West Liberty 6-0 on 9 hits compared to West Liberty's 3. Comets in need of a little bit of a rally. And we'll start with the catcher Jaylene Kivy, the bottom of the order, followed by Cassidy and Hall in the 2 and 3. Webb still in the circle for the Mustangs. Cannot find the zone there. High for ball 1. West Liberty really needs anything, and they've gotten base runners. They just haven't been able to capitalize.
And it's been at that top of the order, too.
One skied foul into right. Evens up the count at 1.
Nave trying to make Sports Center's top 10 on that dive.
I've seen it have happened a few times from these state tournaments here in Iowa.
Yeah, these girls go all out, and there's some incredible athleticism on display.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Webb. Kivy watches that one in there. Or strike 2. So now a 1-2 count. Comets in need of some base runners. Webb rocks and delivers. Low and away, count even 2 apiece.
15, Camden Webb of PCM.
Now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Maybe it did twice.
Fouled back off into the netting by Kivy. She battles to stay alive in the at-bat. Here's the 2-2. High and away, we go to a full count here. Payoff pitch. Fouled off, Kivy staying alive. PCM in the driver's seat. They would win. They would go on to play tonight at 7:45 here on the Iowa Central field. They'd play the loser of the game following Williamsburg and Mount Vernon. Another payoff pitch from Webb. That one blooped over towards left. Catch made by Hudnut.
And there's a reason why it was a blooper. It's going to be catcher's interference.
So that's a base runner to open the 5th.
Well, you're going to take any base runner you can at this juncture.
So Webb steps back into the circle.
26, Liv Garcia, the courtesy runner at first base.
Liv Garcia, the courtesy runner.
26.
For Kivy, the catcher. So top of the order for the Comets. Bryn Cassidy singled in the 1st. Lined out to right in the 3rd. First offering from Webb. Down the boulevard, strike 1. She steps back in. Here's the pitch from Webb. Cassidy back out into center.
Ooh, that got barreled up by Cassidy. And this is exactly the route. You can hear the crowd, West Liberty crowd. They sense this moment. 2 base runners, nobody out. This is the moment.
So Garcia advances to second. Sullivan Hall at the plate. Been looking for a big hit, lays down a bunt. That travels just foul.
And she
called out.
This is a very interesting call. I'm curious because the ball was picked up in fair play, so the runners should be able to advance, but the umpire's telling the runners to go back, so I'm wondering if she was out of the box during that bunt attempt, and by picking up the ball, the runners can advance. That's my thought process, really.
I'd have to think so. Regardless, that will bring up Kylie Collins with 1 out. She watches pitch 1 for ball 1. 1-0, that one skied out. Shallow right, traveling into foul territory. The grab made by Malang. Liv Garcia advances to third, and so now runners on the corners. Kylie Collins flies out in foul territory, so that'll bring up the pitcher, her former pitcher, now playing in left, Kylie Daffelt. Daffelt needs to find something here. Try to drive in a run. Webb steps back into the circle. Rocks and delivers. Catches the zone for a called strike 1.
She's gone down via the K 2 times in a row, and gonna have a meeting at the circle here.
Sean Hudnut out to talk to Webb with 2 outs. Just try to get out of this inning. Leave it up to your bats with a 6-0 lead. 2 runs would end this game by run rule.
Yeah, right now, if you're West Liberty, just got to starts with getting that runner from third home, and then we start compounding those runs, those at-bats. This is their best opportunity, and not sure how many they're going to get, so need to capitalize, shift the momentum of this game.
Daffelt with an 0-1 count, 2 outs. Runners on first and third. Webb back in the circle. Rocks, here's the pitch. Fouled back into the netting, so Daffelt falls behind in the count, 0-2.
Even though it's a 6-0 game, what a huge pitch at bat at this moment in the game right here.
0-2 count, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Webb rocks, fires. Can't catch the zone for ball 1. Cassidy will advance to second. Take away the force out there. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Runners second and third. Webb rocks. Here's the pitch. Inside. Gets the punch out. Daffelt strikes out for a 3rd time today. And PCM heads to the bottom of the 5th, still leading 6-0. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Life's buzzing with energy. From the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Welcome back to the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. PCM at the moment on their way to the win over the West Liberty here in the elimination game in Class 3A. Should they hold on to win, they would advance to play the loser of Williamsburg and Mount Vernon at 7:45 tonight. But they got to see it out here in the bottom of the 5th. Leading off for them will be Lillian Humple.
Fielder number 10, Lillian Humple.
Humple 0 for 1 today. Flew out to left and then walked. Charlie Howard still played. That one's fouled off. Two runs would invoke the run rule and get PCM out of here just that little bit early to give them more time to rest and prepare for tonight's game. That one lifted out into right. Back and one hops to the wall. That will be a leadoff double for Humple.
Now the winning run at the plate, and that's the kind of start you want to this 5th inning for PCM.
Wolf just lost that one in the wind. Howard steps back into the circle.
Addison Hudna.
Hudnut at the plate, shows bunt. That pitch high, ticks foul, and so runner will have to stay at second. 0-1 the count. Howard now back into the circle with an 0-1 count. Hudnut lays down that bunt right back to Howard, so throw over to first on time. That will bring us to the top of the Mustang order with Ryan DeVore, 1 for 2 on the day. Has a double and a walk. And a runner in scoring position as Humple advances to third. It's like Trisha Hall out to talk to her team. And if you're West Liberty, the goal is prolong the game. If you can get to 7, you give yourself a chance. Now you do have to pick up some runs in the 6th to do that.
Yeah, it's gotta start now by getting out this inning. I'm sure the focus will be on getting the strikeout, but more importantly, just getting these 2 outs. You can allow the run at third, but really you just want to go unscathed.
There's catcher number 9, Ryan DeVore.
So DeVore steps back up to the plate. Howard back into the circle. She steps on the rubber. High to DeVore for ball 1. One of the count. Howard just waiting for pitch instructions, and DeVore steps out, and both are back to where they should be.
Yes.
DeVore lines that one out into center. Hall in to make the grab.
Whew, what a throw by Hall, and stop sign put up by Hudnut immediately, because Humple would have been out.
Bring up Kyra Nave, the right fielder. 0 for 2, or 1 for 3, sorry, with a single last inning. Watches that one low for ball 1. Howard back into the circle. Nave watches it high for ball 2.
I was going to say West Liberty got best case scenario in the last at bat, getting that second out without that runner advancing. So really, the focus turns to just this batter at this moment, whether that's weak contact, a strikeout, or just a pop-up.
Fouled off for strike one. Back into the netting. Now a 2-1 count with 2 outs. 2-1 pitch, Nave gives that a ride out into the gap in right center field. Off the glove of Wolf. Nave coming around third. She'll slide in, and that's a triple for Kyra Nave. That brings in a run. Makes it a 7-0 game. That'll bring up Libby Winters with a chance to end this one.
You know, she had the 2-run home run in the last game yesterday, and she thought that might do it for her team, and now in an elimination game, she has a chance to put them forward and keep them alive.
Winters now at the plate. Here's the pitch from Howard. In there for strike one. Two outs, 0-1 count, runner on third. Winters looking to end it here. PCM leading 7-0. That one swung on over to Cassidy. Cassidy, the easy throw to Escobedo. So we will in fact head to the top of the sixth. PCM leads West Liberty 7-0. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Farm Bureau.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Welcome back to the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network powered by the Mid-American Energy Company. We're here top of the sixth. PCM well on their way to a win over West Liberty in the Class 3A elimination game. 7-0 on 11 hits compared to West Liberty's 4. It's been quite the day for Webb in the circle. She's gotten herself into some situations with runners in scoring positions, but easily able to clean those up.
Yeah, and she'll have a chance to clean up here in the sixth, but this is where the trouble started in their last game against Mount Vernon. So, chance to exercise those demons, put them away, and walk away. They're just 6 outs away.
6 outs away, and you get 3 here and score 1 in your half of the sixth. You get to go home a little early. And what that really is in a double elimination tournament today is you get to go rest up and get prepared for your second game at 7:45.
And that second game could be an opportunity for a rematch against Mount Vernon. They lost, of course, close one in their first matchup, or their matchup will be against Williamsburg, trying to come back and collect their 4th straight state championship. And Williamsburg, coming off a loss, is a very scary team to deal with.
Absolutely. Mallory Wolf at the plate for West Liberty, facing a 3-0 count to 3 straight balls. That one catches his own for strike 1, so now 3-1. Webb trying to work this one back. Here's the 3-1. One finds the zone. We go to a full count on Mallory Wolf. And here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled back, and out of play. Right off here in the press box.
Glad there's a roof.
As am I. As am I. Yesterday it was nice to be inside for the weather. Now it's just avoiding those foul balls.
Yeah. I prompted to open a window. But not if these foul balls keep coming. It's a substantially nicer day than it was yesterday.
Absolutely. Gorgeous day. High of 80 in Fort Dodge with the breeze out of the north. Going to keep it a little cooler than it was yesterday.
Almost wanted to wear a quarter zip today.
Payoff pitch again to Wolf. Big swing and a miss. Webb gets another punch out to start the top of the sixth. Bring up Sully Bucknell. Bucknell 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded out to third to first, and then thrown out from third to first.
5 strikeouts already on the day, and she didn't even start in this appearance.
That one fouled off over towards the bullpen, and it'll drift over. Don't see anyone giving chase to that one.
Well, there's one kid. There he is.
Now an 0-1 count. Bucknell will watch that. High evens up the count at 1 apiece. Here's the 1-1. Finds the zone. Goes to 1-2. Fouled back. Count will remain at 1-2. Off the netting. So 1-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Webb. Another foul. Bucknell battling in the at-bat, trying to keep this at-bat alive and her season alive. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss there. Another strikeout for Webb. It's now 3 strikeouts in a row going back to the 5th inning. Bring up Charlie Howard, who's come in to pitch. Webb grabs the rosin and steps back onto the rubber, potentially the final out of the game for the Comets. That one's high for Howard. Webb back on the circle. Here's the pitch. Can't find the zone there. Now a 2-0 count. Here's the 2-0. Just a hair outside. Count moves to 3-0 after 3 straight balls. Thrown to Charlie Howard. Here's the 3-0. Down to the dirt. Howard will take the walk to first.
Really interesting that after 3 straight strikeouts that just suddenly lost command and went 4 straight balls, and it's not something you want to, give the other team new life.
Was not expecting a 4-pitch walk, that's for sure. Bring up number 2, the designated player, Molly Garcia, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a round out to third. Pitch. Once again, another ball. That's now 5 straight from Webb. All with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. That one played, snagged by Lindsay. Throw is just on time. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. PCM gives up a base runner, but no more. They lead 7-0. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau of the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by the Mid-American Energy Company.
Ready? Let's go.
Mom, over here.
Yeah, this kind of thing can happen when you're hiking, but no worries, Mom. I can prescribe something to soothe the itch.
Unity Point Health looks at your family's health from your point of view, offering same-day appointments with expertise focused on what matters most to you. Unity Point Health, expert care focused on you.
Welcome back to the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau here on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Bottom of the 6th, PCM leads West Liberty 7-0 on the verge of advancing to the game tonight, where they will play the loser of Williamsburg and Mount Vernon in another elimination game here in this double elimination state tournament this year. West Liberty looking to prolong their season, but they're down to their last 3 outs, and if they give up 1 run here, then that will be it.
It'll be it, and for West Liberty, a very good season so far, and they'll definitely be back. Their head coach, Tricia Hall, has brought them to state back-to-back, and it's probably a good assumption that they'll be back next year.
Absolutely. Leading off will be Hadley Malang. For the Mustangs. Again, any run will end this game just a little bit early. Howard still in the circle for the Comets. First one outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Howard. Lane gives that a swing. Bucknell, errand on the throw. And Malang advances all the way around to second on the E5.
Just unfortunate first real error of the game for West Liberty. When last game against Williamsburg, they had multiple errors. They've been so sound defensively, and it comes at a moment where now the game-winning run is at second.
At a position where you couldn't really afford to have errors, the game-winning run at second. Lily Knapp, who's had a solid game, 2 singles already, tries to lay down a bunt that'll go foul. So an 0-1 count, just trying to advance the winning runner to third. So Howard checking the wristband for the pitch. Steps back onto the rubber. Knapp shows bunt again. Foul again, the grab made by Kibbe. And there's a double play. That's now 2 outs. The double play is Knapp pops up on the bunt. Malang thrown out. It's Quite an interesting double play.
Yeah, P2 to 6, and just what the doctor ordered. Now you've saved your season a bit. Still got to get this last out, but out of danger, at least for now.
I'll bring up the pitcher, Camden Webb. Webb had a double in her first at-bat. She's 1 for 3. Double, a single, and a strikeout. Here's the pitch from Howard. That one right back at her. Almost gloved it. The throw on time. Great play by Howard.
That's what the mask is for. So nonchalant, able to get that final out. What a nice play.
Well, that will do it for the bottom of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. PCM leads West Liberty 7-0. You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau here on the Girls Athletic Union Digital Network, powered by the Mid-American Energy Company. Top of the 7th, PCM leads West Liberty 3 outs, and they'll be on to tonight's elimination game, where they'll face the winner or the loser between Williamsburg and Mount Vernon. That game at 7:45 here on the Iowa Central field. It's just 3 outs remaining in the season for West Liberty. They've had a lot of base runners, just unable to capitalize on anything tonight.
Yeah, and it's been unfortunate for them throughout these 2 games, and at this point it feels like PCM will remain victorious, and you got to feel for the seniors who have stepped on the field for the last time. It's a big thing to give yourself to a sport for essentially half your life, and sometimes even more, and it all stops in one day. So it's a lot to take in for these girls, and they should be proud of themselves. I mean, it is a lot to even qualify for a state tournament.
Absolutely. Tough road to get here. Only 3 outs left in the season. Jaylene Kivy at the plate. Fouls the first one off. Watches that one in there. Count evened 1-1. Webb with the 1-1 pitch. Finds the zone for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Kivy. Kivy 0 for 1, then reached base on a catcher's interference. That one away from her for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Webb. Fouled back over the netting. Catch not quite made there. Girls fighting over the ball, trying to get their free lollipop. 2-2, big swing and a miss. Ball gets away though. Yavor throws out Kivy at first, so strikeout swinging, now two outs away from the end of this game. PCM will have a few hours now to go in, cool off, prepare get some rest and some food before tonight's elimination game. Another winner-go-home situation.
It's kind of a tough task on the team that loses the first matchup yesterday, because now they're forced to essentially go win 2 elimination games in a row just to survive to the next day.
Absolutely. One outside for ball 1. Count even at 1 apiece to Bryn Cassidy, the leadoff hitter. The top of the order. 1-1. Low for ball 2. Cassidy 2 for 3 with 2 singles on the day. He's had a solid hitting performance, just stranded at third in the first, stranded at second in the fifth. That one right back up the middle. Malang over to Knapp. There's out number 2.
That ball was grounded hard towards second. Nice job by Wood to put the glove down quickly.
That'll bring up Sullivan Hall. Hall, the leading hitter for this team all year. Only a junior, though, so this will not be the end of her softball career. That one out. Caught by Lindsay, and PCM wins this one by a score of 7-0, and really just a dominant performance on the defensive side.
From start to finish, never let up a hit since the 3rd inning. So an impressive pitching display by Camden Webb coming into this game, and a nice hard-fought win. Complete game, and got to give credit to West Liberty for putting up the good fight. And something I enjoy about this double elimination is both teams given the chance to play 2 games, and then for PCM they'll be playing a 3rd one.
So this is the end of West Liberty's season, but not the end for PCM. The 7-0 win advances them to play tonight at 7:45 here on the Iowa Central field against the loser between the 1-seeded Williamsburg Raiders and the 4-seeded Mount Vernon Mustangs. We'll toss it over to the PA announcer for the trophy presentation.
In addition to receiving medals, every participating player will receive a commemorative softball provided by Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Girls Athletic Union. Presenting awards are representatives from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. This time we would like to congratulate the West Liberty Comets and head coach Trish Hall on an outstanding softball season. And now we'd like to recognize today's Quick Star star of the game, Camden Webb from PCM. Standout performance earned for the honor of advancing her team on the bracket. Thanks to Quick Star for their support of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. And congratulations to PCM and head coach Sean Hutnut. Their next game will be tonight at 7:45.
Welcome back. This will do it for us as PCM defeats West Liberty 7-0. They'll advance to play the loser of Williamsburg and Mount Vernon in